Sharing to live stream. Okay, so it says we are live on Facebook. So good evening, everybody. So this is what we call, let me make sure it's muted here. This is what we call Monday Night Live. So every single Monday, I bring one of our members from the Everlesson platform, and we go through and we take a look at the membership, and we look at their whole entire funnel and everything that they have set up. Sometimes they're already rocking and rolling, and they got all kinds of cool stuff set up. Other times, they're just now getting started. And then other times, they've been on several of our critiques, and they've gone back to the drawing board, started all over. And most of the time I have found is because they are a perfectionist. And so we do everything we can to stop them from being a perfectionist. Nevertheless, I'm excited about our guest tonight. Her name is Sharita. Now, Sharita has been with me for a very, very long time. She's participated in a lot of the things that we have going on. Matter of fact, she was at our high-ticket event, our high-ticket masterclass in Las Vegas, Nevada. I know she's been rocking it out. So, Sharita, how you doing? I think you're muted.
So sorry. I'm great. Thank you so much for having me on tonight.
Cool. So what have you been up to?
So honestly, Chad, I am one of those people who tend to be the perfectionist. And of course, you gave me a critique a few months ago, just a little bit, but you gave me some really amazing things to think about. So I have to admit, I did go back to the drawing board. But the awesome thing is I finally know what I want to do when I grow up.
So when you grow up, so what do we got to do to get you to the finish line? Like, I just want you to enjoy life, have sales rolling in.
Here's what I did because, I know me. I will procrastinate trying to make every last detail perfect. I actually started making it public, and I put it out there that this is happening on this date. So it forces me to make sure that everything is on point and on time.
All right. Well, you're not doing that bad because I looked at the reports. You've done like $26,000 in sales with your course. So that's nothing horrible, nothing to be ashamed with or anything. But what is your goal?
So honestly, Chad, my ultimate goal is to make this my staple. And I've been inspired by you and your team. I want to get to a point where right now I'm working with women to help them monetize their life purpose. I want to teach them and be able to teach them with these platforms, but I also want to offer a done for you service as well. So I want to take advantage of what I have right now and turn it right back out.
All right. So I'm very familiar with your niche. I love your niche. I have so much fun making fun of you over your niche. We have a good time. But why don't you? So everybody always message me and they're like, Chad, I don't know. I want to do this. I want to do Everlesson. I see where you're going with survey, but I don't know what I should teach the people. Like, I'm passionate about so many things. And a lot of people are like scatterbrained. They're all over the place, right? Accounting. I want to teach cryptocurrency. I want to teach how to train your dog. Like, and I always ask them, I'm like, well, what are you most passionate about? Because that's the thing that you're going to be very, very consistent with. And that's where you're going to have the discipline, right? And
Absolutely.
So I know you had a little bit of trouble getting dialed in now, but why don't you tell everybody what your niche is?
So my niche in particular, I'm in the woo-woo world, but I'm all about helping intuitive women monetize their life purpose. And Chad, one of the things that you hit the nail on the head, that we get in it and we start thinking, well, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this. And before we know it, we're off in left field and we've made no decisions. So really, I got to that realization after our last critique. And what I did was I came back to the drawing board and I sat down and I decided, okay, let me work with what do I have? What do I have right now that I know that I can use? What do I know that I also have support on to use? And then also I made another list. What is it that I love and what do I know I'm good at? And I thought, let me just stick to that, because if I start going off and it can grow into, an infinite possibilities, but I have to start somewhere. So I have these platforms, they're already paid for. I have the knowledge, why not use it? And so I thought, here is a way I can do exactly what I love. I love helping and empowering women. I came from a place of being unempowered, and I never want anybody else to feel like that. So here I can help teach other women to find ways to do what they love, and I can also earn a good living at it.
Okay, so you're cool if I give you some tough love, right?
Absolutely. I'm counting on it.
I kind of warned you on that. So when did we have that last high ticket masterclass?
So we had it in September.
Was it really that long? September? Okay, wait a minute. Let's do this. So we got September, October, November, December, January, February. It was almost 8 months ago, Sharita. 8 months ago. So look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You are passionate about this. You are also very, very hands-on with your people. You're also getting on the phone with them. You also have your strategy sessions and everything. Creating the course should be cake for you. The work, where you should be putting the work, is getting people to your registration pages and your webinars and everything.
You know, Chad, I'll tell you, it's been this year that I got that light bulb. And primarily because when I was creating my course after Vegas, I wanted to talk about, law of attraction and things like that and high vibration. And I got really nervous about, well, what do I know? And what if I don't know enough? And I found myself diving into string theory. And all of a sudden, that's when I had to stop. Like, why are you even trying to teach this? This isn't even what you care about. This isn't even what you're here to do. And so I had to reorient my mind. Stick with what you know. You know you're good at what you do. You know you can make it happen. Work with what you have and focus. And now we're focused.
Okay, so true or false, would you consider yourself a perfectionist?
True, absolutely.
All right. And do perfectionists make money? Are they profitable?
Not as profitable as they could be.
So what do we got to do to get you past that point?
So Chad, one of the things that I'm doing, well, this right here, number one, is an immense help. But number two, what I've done is I set a deadline for myself in terms of I made it public. Hey guys, on this day, I'm releasing.
Okay, wait. Okay, so you're on my wall right now. You really want to make this public?
You know what? I really do. I'm
okay,
ready.
Let's do it.
So what I released in my group was May 1st. They'll be able to sign up.
On May 1st. And what are they going to sign up for?
So they are signing up for my 12-week course on, and I haven't named it. That's what I'm stuck on right now. I'm on my 12-week course on getting in touch with their intuition.
Okay. And so what are you going to have by May 1st?
So my plan, with this week, honestly, is to get everything set up in Everlesson in terms of the Everfunnels and what have you. But my plan is to go in and I want to teach this class live, because what I find is with my group and with my niche, when I can interact with them and they ask questions, I have an outline. But as the energy starts to flow, then I can really dive in. Then my plan is to come back, edit the video, and then do any supplemental videos of maybe any information I missed or something that needs to clarify.
Okay, so see, now that changes the ball game completely. If you're going to do it live, which is my favorite model, right? Like I love just putting a link out there and saying, hey, I'm going to teach you guys how to do this, and just dive right in, right?
Yes.
Then there should be no reason. Like you should already have a link. You should be posting that on your wall. You should be blasting that out everywhere, right?
Correct.
Knowing that on that day, you're just going to open up PowerPoint and you're just going to go through some slides.
Yes.
And you're going to record it, and then you're going to put it inside of Everlesson.
Correct.
And how many times have you seen us do that?
Multiple. That's why I finally figured do what the experts do.
Good. Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun because, like you just said, you can engage with the people on the call. And what happens with me is I'll have a good idea. Like I like doing a 3-part series. I'll have a good idea what I'm going to teach. And I'm telling you right now, by the end of the call, when I put that survey out there and I find out where people are at, guess what happens?
I believe it.
It completely changes directions, right?
Yes.
You just never know where people are at until you get engaged with them. That's the one downfall of having a course. Like you just assume that everybody needs what it is you're teaching.
Right.
But when you actually get on there and you do a webinar and you get engaged with them, you find out exactly where they're at. And that's why I always put that survey out there too. Matter of fact, if you want a good piece of advice, since you are a survey owner, put a survey out there before you even do this. You see, and yeah. We did that. The response was tremendous. It was, what's your experience on this topic? If it's like traffic or something, how much traffic have you driven in the past? What are your budgets? What do you expect to learn from this training? and then just have some open-ended questions.
Yes.
Right. And you will be so surprised at the feedback you get.
I believe it. And even from a consumer standpoint, those are some of the lessons that I learned the most from.
Yeah. Cool. So you don't feel like I'm beating you up or anything, right?
No, not at all. Chad, I wouldn't be here. I welcome the critique. Well, there's a phrase, I forget what it is, but it's something like iron sharpens iron, or you know. So I appreciate it. And I know you do it out of love, because otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Well, I just know you're going to crush it once you let go. And look, I don't even care. I don't even care what your content is, to be honest with you, because what the content does is it gets them engaged with you. And I know you're going to take care of them.
Yes.
I know they're going to log into your course. They're going to play 20 minutes of this, and then they're going to see that little widget or whatever, and they're going to click to get on a call with you or join one of your events or your retreats or your masterminds or whatever. And then you're going to take care of them, and they're never going to finish your course.
You know, Chad, for someone who might be watching, there's a little thing that kind of clicked with me that I didn't recognize. You know, I shared with you, my Facebook account got hacked and it was shut down. And so during that time, I was without for a few days when I was trying to figure out, were they going to let me back in? What I didn't recognize was how valuable my information was, to the sense of I literally got a message from a girl, an email, and she said, Sharita, I will pay you just to talk to you and to be in your group. And I thought, oh my God, Sharita, you're up here trying to do these big, grand gestures. But at the end of the day, all you have to do is go out and be yourself, do what you know and do what you love. And people are willing, like going, oh my God, where are you? We missed you. I want to give you my money. And I was like, oh my God.
It's a very, very valuable point, because, if you look at the direction marketing is going to, marketing is going to everything being automated. The big push on the sales funnels right now and the bots, they're creating as many platform systems and tools as they can so that you don't have to spend your time actually interacting with somebody. Have you picked up on that?
I have.
So do you understand that if you are somebody that responds to email, if you are somebody that's willing to pick up the phone, if you are somebody that's willing to connect with people and still go out to lunch with them and everything, that is what people want. And so let these people go out there and crush it with their funnels and their bots and everything else, because I'm telling you right now, when you understand that, you will be so very profitable in your business. Right?
Yes. And the other kicker that I learned, and I think, sometimes when we're new, we kind of devalue ourselves. The other thing I know is people will literally hang around and they're waiting for you to offer them something like, hey, check out this link. I've got a course coming up. And it gets to the point where people will start to ask you, do you have a class or something? And I thought, oh, hey.
Right. And people are so scared. And look, everybody watching this call right now, look, this is part of the Everlesson community. If you want to know what the heck Everlesson is, go to everlesson.com, everlesson.com. Go to everlesson.com. And you see, people are scared to do that.
Yeah.
But you're actually doing an injustice if you don't do that.
And that's exactly what I learned. Not only for me in my pocketbook, but also for them and the knowledge and information that they want. So it's ultimately a win-win. And at the end of the day, I was like, I literally get to do what I love and earn a living.
Yeah. Isn't it mind-blowing?
And the truth is, I could be sitting in my underwear right now and nobody would know. I'm not, I'm just saying. Yeah, well, but it being able to interact with people and to put those courses out there, it gives us an opportunity to be comfortable and to do what we love and earn a living.
So at what point, how long have you been doing marketing?
So I've been playing with this online marketing thing for about 3 years. It didn't start clicking till about Vegas. It all just started to come together. So now I'm seeing where I have all of the pieces to the puzzle. I just never sat down to actually put the puzzle together.
So we were your click?
You were my click.
Hoorah!
You were seriously a huge catalyst, because in my mind, I was thinking my product, I would love to sell that for, I'm thinking $19.99. And you looked at me like $19.99 and 99 cents.
like Walmart Blue Light Special $19.99.
Right. Yeah. And I started realizing, you know what, my stuff is valuable. Like, why am I devaluing myself? And I started seeing how I could put it all together and actually make it real. Like, it literally made it real for me.
you're not there yet. Like I look at your YouTube branding, like that's dead on. I've looked at your social media presence, that's dead on. But you have the ability to be that expert. You just haven't claimed that role yet.
I think you're right.
You're blending in with all the other woo-woos. And I love woo-woos, don't get me wrong, but you're blending in with them. And when you learn to shine and just take the throne, right? You'll just blow up.
Yeah.
You will just blow. You'll own it. And I already know you will.
You know, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you saying that, because that is one of the things that I've been working on is owning my voice and not necessarily trying to be like everybody else. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah, you got to be like the woo-woo queen, right?
The woo-woo goddess.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you just got to take it, girl. So, okay, how did you get involved with Everlesson? What happened?
So I got involved with Everlesson back at the Member Hub launch. And you want to talk about procrastination and fear. I honestly sat on it. And then one day I came back to log in. I decided I'm figuring it out, and it had a whole new name. So that's how long I sat on it. I got in, I started playing with it. I struggled a little bit at first with package, product. I sat down one day and I did a search in the Facebook group, and I said, come hell or high water, I'm going to figure this out. And I read every comment, I stalked the group, I watched every video, I figured it out. And then I just started playing with it from there. Honestly, I was still scared. I partnered with a friend. He had a bigger audience. And so we built the course from there.
So, okay. So you bought it, you didn't know. Were you buying a lot of tools and software back in the day?
I wasn't spending that kind of money.
Why did you?
Now, I'll admit I have shiny object syndrome, but at that moment in time, that was a big investment for me. So
why did you buy it?
Because I could see the potential in it. And I knew how much I liked online courses, and I knew I wanted to teach, and I couldn't figure out a way to do it. And this made sense to me.
Okay. So you buy it, you come back 6 months later. Now we're Everlesson, right? Okay. So what do you like and what do you dislike? And I know you just got on the phone with Jimena, and she asked you the same questions, but since we're live on the call here, what do you like and what do you dislike about the platform?
So for me, the platform, the biggest thing that I like is the ease of use from both sides, the front end and the back end. As a back end user, honestly, Chad, this right here is the biggest thing that I like. No other platform provides support. I can talk to you. So from a back end experience, it is really exciting to me to be able to go to a Facebook group, and even just type in and find my answers, or to find a bunch of people who are willing to help. So I know that's not necessarily the platform itself, but that is huge to me in relation to the platform. But for me, honestly, the biggest thing is just the layout. It's easy to use. It makes sense. And then you went and created the CSV form. That's life, because that really helps me to organize my thoughts.
It was like game over, right? And so, so we made the mistake. So I put Gary Marsh on the call one day, and we're talking. I didn't ask him. I didn't think to ask. I should have asked you, how did you create your course? And then he goes and opens up that big old spreadsheet that I gave you guys in Vegas, and I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. And then everybody hit us up, because I was trying to get away from that because it's so advanced. You know, I mean, it's fast. Like, you build your whole course in a matter of minutes, 160 lessons or whatever, but it's a very, very advanced thing, I realized, to teach people what's happening there. So we showed that, and then everybody wanted in-course immersion where you can get that sheet, right? Which wasn't my intention. So you're actually using that sheet.
Mm-hmm. I use it. You know, you taught us to use Workflowy and to move things over. Honestly, and I call it my Chad worksheet whenever I am writing out my to-do list, work on Chad worksheet today. And I mean, it literally says Chad worksheet. But honestly, it really helps me to organize my thoughts, because if I'm going to do things in a specific order, I might as well do them right there where they're going to get uploaded. Plus, I can use that checklist, and I've got everything, gamification, videos, not quite the resources yet, but everything else. So it just, for me, it's really an organizational tool.
So you were at the start. So I'll tell you right now, like, Everlesson was just like my playground. Anything I've ever wanted, I'm just like build. Even if the members didn't exactly understand what I was doing, like, they're all starting to get it now. But I mean, I was putting stuff out there so fast, but I was able to build this massive community because we were using those features to get people excited, get them engaged, create that synergy. You've heard me talk about that. But the side menu was getting so big that there was times I would look at it and I'd be like, man, I wish we could build this to do. And I go back to development. I'm like, I spend all day laying this out. I give it to them. And then they come back to me 2 days later. They're like, we think we've already built this. I'm like,
Everlesson is the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah. I'm like, what do you mean you've already built it? Where? And they're like, well, go over here and click on this menu. It's right in there. I'm like, holy crap, we did build that already. So there's times where I was logging in and I was finding stuff that I didn't know was there that we had already built, that we were waiting one day to have a rainy day, and then I would go use it, right? Yep. So I'm like, okay, I got to get people focused and teach them 3 steps, right? And so that's where, when you came back, everything was all clean. And now we got 3 steps.
It was very streamlined.
Death to the packages. The packages are dead, right? And then everything's cleaned up in the menu. So do you like it better?
I love it. I love it. I love it. It honestly, even now, when it changed most recently, the first time I logged in, it was still very easy to navigate, and it makes better sense. The first time, I think, like you said, the menu was long and it was a little overwhelming, but now it makes sense.
So you evaded my question, though. I asked you 2 questions. What were the 2 questions?
The course question, what did I like? And I like the usability and I love the support. What I didn't like. Honestly, the only thing I didn't like at the time was just the package and product thing. Beyond that, I was really good to go. For me, everything that I didn't like didn't have to do with the platform. It more so had to do with me and my insecurities of, is my course good enough? Am I doing it right? What does his look like? So that was just me. One thing that I will say that was a little intimidating to me as a newbie coming into the Facebook group is I felt really left behind for a long time in the Facebook group. At the time, in the beginning, a lot of people were going out and they were doing the meetups and seeing, I've got this big deal and I'm going, I bought a PLR. I'm hoping to copy and paste. I don't know. So that was the only thing. But again, that was more me and my insecurity. I just felt really behind, and it took me a while to get okay with myself, to catch up and to actually feel comfortable enough to ask questions.
Did that like push you? Did that like inspire you and excite you? And
it did. It did a little bit of both. At first, it pushed me away. But then when you see people having success in your newsfeed on a regular basis, it starts to draw you in. So for me now, when I see it, I'm like, I don't cry about, oh, I wish it were me. I celebrate with that person and I'm excited when it's my turn. So it does motivate me more and more. And it's nice to see other people, the proof is in the pudding.
See, I've been told, like, people message me all the time. They're like, hey, you need to boot so-and-so out of your group. They're knocking you off, or they're creating this, they're creating that. I'm like, good luck. Like, go clone exactly what we have. And I promise you, you won't have a quarter of the success we've had. You know why?
The people.
The people. It's the community. And like, nobody has figured that out. They think that they can just go and knock our software off, code for code, line for line, and they're going to have the same result. But I asked them, I'm like, are you willing to talk to your members every day? Are you willing to care? Are you willing to show them that you have their best interest at heart? I don't think very many people are. And I'm here to tell you that I really, really enjoy my job today. The thing that I hate the most is having to go back to development.
I believe it.
I procrastinate as long as I can. I'll go live here. I'll go live there. I'll go live there. I'll do a webinar here. I'll do a video here. And I'm like, damn it, I got to do it. Right. And so then I'll wait till the last minute and I'll lay out the next phase of development. I don't like it. I would rather be interacting with my members and everything else. Like, that's my strength. That's my passion. And when people learn,
it makes all the difference.
When people learn to do that, like, that's what I've been trying to teach you guys. You're out there creating courses and everything. Don't just create the course and hide behind the video. Get engaged with your members. They love it.
Yes. Completely agree. Chad, I will say that is honestly the thing that kept bringing me back to Member Hub, because sometimes when you're new, you get into that shiny object syndrome, and then you get buyer's remorse because you're thinking, I'm not even using this. It was a waste of my time. They promised X, Y, and Z, but the fact that the group is so engaged and you are so consistent, especially with your Q&As, that's what honestly kept bringing me back and keeping me excited, because even when I would sneak onto a Q&A and I wouldn't say anything, I would learn so much, and I could feel and sense the excitement from others. So it makes all the difference in the world. And ultimately, as a result of that, I've taken that back to my groups, because I used to hide behind videos and generic posts, and I realized that's not what gets it. This live interaction, going live, saying hi, interacting with people, returning emails, that makes all the difference in the world. And I'm seeing where I almost don't even have to sell now. I just have to offer it by doing that.
Yeah. See, and at first Jimena was like, you got to stop going live so much. Like, we got so much to do, da, 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 da. And then I kept it, consistency, discipline. That's my thing. So I kept going live. Well, as soon as they started learning how involved she was in the whole business and everything, all of a sudden they started reaching out to her for links. Hey, can I get the agency link for that? Can I get this? Can I get that? So now she's like, hey, you need to go live more, baby.
This is working.
Yeah, like, you don't even have to put work into this. You just start talking and doing your thing, right? But that brings me to a valuable point here. Okay, so you started the call saying that you originally wanted to price your course at $19.99, like $19.99, right? And you got to the high ticket masterclass. I'm like, no, let's go to $497, $997. But there were some key elements that you just mentioned, right? You do need to have that interaction. You do need to have Q&A calls or live training sessions or something that's hands-on. See, ultimately, they're paying for you. That's the value.
Absolutely. Absolutely. During the survey launch, the whole reason I bought was because I knew no matter what, you were going to take care of it. You were going to take care of me. You were going to take care of the platform. I bought because of you. I bought because of all the information you gave me in that, I think you did was it a high ticket masterclass? That webinar launch? Like, that was so incredible to me. That's why I bought. Like, at the time, I didn't even know what I was going to do with survey, but I was like, Chad's awesome. I'm buying this.
And so would you believe me when I say that happens a lot? Like, people will message me and they'll say, do you have a link to this? And I say, why? You don't need it. And I'll ask them. And so we'll him in. I'll say, what does it do? Like, what's it going to do for your business? Well, I don't know, but it's your product, so I want it. I'm like, okay, wait. So you don't know what this product does. You don't know how it's going to benefit you, but you just want it.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you focus on your members, right?
And the wild part about it, Chad, is I always thought I had to be a big influencer like Chad Nicely. And I'm realizing that even at Sharita Bagby, who's starting over with her Facebook page, people are still coming and asking. Again, like you said, interacting and just paying attention, being genuine and being consistent goes a long, long way.
But you do realize the minute that you go live, the minute you have a course, the minute you're running that webinar, you are an influencer in their eyes.
Yes. That's the biggest mental shift I've had to make. I went from on my goal sheet to I want to be an influencer. I had to shift that to I am. Makes a big difference in my mindset and what I do and in my confidence when I do it.
Language patterns. Good. Exactly. Good for you. Like, everybody has so much to learn from you. I always learn things from you every time we're together, or we're at the meetups or masterminds or whatever we have going on. I always sit there and I always listen to what you have to say. You're very, very intelligent. And I think your niche is just awesome.
I'm excited, Chad. I'm really excited. And, one of the things I told you at the end of Vegas, I said, my goal is to come back to you and be results not typical. To be like, this is Sharita, results not typical. Wow. That is absolutely my goal.
26,000 or whatever it is for you just winging it and not like, just putting it out there. Yeah, that's not bad.
Guys, and I'll tell you, when it started off as literally just information. It didn't even start off as video lessons at first in that particular course. And the thing of it was again, it was a lot of going live almost daily, just chit chatting. Even when we didn't have anything to talk about, we'd just say, hey guys, we're doing a Q&A. What are your questions? By the way, that's in the course. And it wasn't necessarily in the course yet, but it was upcoming, right? So join the course, and we did a drip feed, and it worked out beautifully. And so what I've learned is how to translate that back to myself and not to necessarily rely on somebody else to carry me through.
So what you're saying, by going live, by focusing on your community, by just answering people's questions, by just being real, by just being yourself, they want to pay you money for whatever it is you have.
Literally. Literally, the biggest thing that I've learned is people buy for specialty. You know, you don't go to your general practitioner about your teeth. You go to your dentist. You know, if you have a heart issue, you go to a cardiologist. People pay for specialties. So when you just focus on what you know and what you love, and you focus on the people, the money just comes by default.
It
So that's
does.
the biggest lesson that I'm learning right now is the money just comes. So just focus on what you know.
It does.
Put it out there. Don't
It
do like
does.
me. Put it out there.
And the thing is, we have, and I said this 100 times, we've entered an era of authenticity and transparency. And people know. People know when you're being real versus you're just there for the mighty dollar.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's choice in the world. So
Awesome. So your course, so you're going to show us your course and we're going to go through and take a look. Now, I know you've gone back to the drawing board. You started over. So when was this Q&A session? I think it was like a year ago. I remember that Q&A.
Not a year ago.
How long ago was it?
It was like November, December, somewhere in there.
Okay. Well, Jimena tells me like you have problems with date and times and time perception. Like you're way off. To me, it seemed like it was a year ago.
You know, but you've been so busy, I can say that.
Yeah. Okay. So we do this Q&A session, and I think we open up your website, if I remember, and I clicked on a link, right? And I saw your survey that you had, right?
You did.
And so I'm not quite sure how the heck critiquing a survey leads to you completely redoing your course.
Because what it was you pointed out a lot of inconsistencies. And what I realized was I was trying to do too much. So what I did was come back and completely rebrand and just hone it all in so I could be specific, like to really pinpoint as opposed to trying to do everything. So you critiqued my logo, you critiqued my survey questions, my approach to the survey, my survey video. But it was all out of love.
Really? I did all that?
Yeah.
Wow, I must be getting lazy these days.
It was, you know, you politely ripped it to shreds, but it was good. It was good. I came back and now I actually produced something that I'm proud of. So, and it represents.
But we don't know the results yet.
Not yet. Oh, we will though soon.
But you're feeling good on it.
I'm feeling extremely confident. Like I said, I've been I'm honed in. I know exactly what I want. I'm recognizing where I went wrong in the past so I can correct it, be consistent, be live. So what I am prepared to show you, I don't know if you want to see it. It's the most recent thing that I did. It was back in December. It was thrown out there. I actually partnered with Kathy on this one. And it was something where it was like, we need to put something out here. Let's put it out here. And that way we can just get that first one off the shelf. So
is that the one that sold 26,000?
That is not the one. Do you want to see the one that did?
Well, no, I want to see the one that you're working on so that we can actually help you. But let me just, before you go there, let me just say this, because I think this is very, very encouraging. So I seen you make a post today on the wall, and the person that was going to be on the show tonight got sick, wasn't able to show. So I went to message you and I was like, damn it, she unfriended me. What the hell is that about? Right? So I sent you a message. I'm like, did you seriously unfriend me? Right? And then you said, no, they canned my Facebook account. And so obviously you got another account. You're out there rolling again. You're having to build it all up again. Right? Mm-hmm. And so there's no reason not to go out there and put 110%. And if something happens, if you trip, if you fall down, you just pick yourself back up and you build it back up. Right? And how hard is that?
And that's basically what I thought. I almost panicked when my Facebook got shut down, but I was like, you know what? You can reinvent yourself. You can do it exactly the way you want. You can put it out there. These people don't know you. So as far as they're concerned, it's already awesome.
Yeah. And so you did that. So you're back up, you're going again, you're going to so no big deal, right?
With lead gen monopoly, it's too easy to not build back up. So
yeah, exactly. Cool. All right. So let's see your course.
So sorry, let me find here my screens. Make sure.
And what's this course about?
So this one in particular was the most recent one I did with Beat the Bulge, and we actually used the CSV form for this. I think that's it.
Oh no, here we go again. CSV form. Damn it.
Well, and like I said, and I only mention it because it helps me to get mentally organized. So do you probably want to see it from the front end, huh?
Yeah, we don't see your screen yet, I don't think.
No?
So let me just make
Okay.
sure. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Chaz has got to figure out what to do here. Okay, so when you say CSV, let me just ask this question right now. Will you ever build a course another way now that you've done it from a CSV?
No.
You're destroyed.
No.
You're ruined.
That's all. And again, because it's just everything is right there. It's all organized, and I don't have to keep track of where I filed what and what is what and did I do this one or not. It's all right there, and it has a checklist.
Yeah, it makes it easy, right?
It doesn't, for me, it doesn't make sense not to use it.
Me too. Like when I left that Phoenix event, was flying to Vegas, I took out a tablet and I wrote down the next course. Like I just, him and I was sleeping, so I'm like, nope. Getting
When
all
do
my
we
work
get
done.
that course, by the way?
I
Is
don't
that the
know.
course?
I don't know when I finish
I've been
it,
holding out
but
that.
I got the outline done. Like technically the course is done. I just got to shoot the videos now, right? But it
As
just,
long as,
it
as long
was
as
just
you're not being a
amazing.
perfectionist.
Yeah, no, I'm not a perfectionist. You should know that watching my videos. It goes like this. It goes, so in this video, pause. So in this video, pause. So in this video, right? I'm not a perfectionist. I won't tell you who. I won't tell you her name, but I will tell you this. I was with somebody and she shot this beautiful green screen video. And she got to the end and she was like, damn it, effing this, effing that, effing that. And she gave it to me. And I was like in a hurry, just editing these videos really quick because I was doing it myself. Guess what I forgot to cut out? Guess what hit social media? Guess what some of the biggest influencers in the world saw that day?
Oh, no.
But you know what? We all survived. Like the show goes on. Like, so what?
Well, truthfully, from my perspective, seeing something like that would honestly make me feel better because it'd make me know I'm not the only one.
Oh, if only these walls could talk. When I shoot videos, my kids go into the other room because they're like, Dad, we don't need to learn no new language today.
Oh, man, I understand. My neighbors asked me not too long ago, who are you yelling at? And I thought, oh, my goodness, I'm so sorry. That was me in the computer, in the camera.
Yep, exactly. I know the feeling all too well. Okay, so we're looking at your course. We got this pretty royalty purple color. You and Jimena must be on the same page here.
Absolutely.
That's her thing too. Purple's royalty. I'm like, okay. All right, so you got about the product, about the instructor. Are you using Amazon S3?
Yes.
Okay, so Amazon S3 automatically brings in your image for you, right?
Yes. I haven't been adding images, honestly, but I've only used Amazon S3 for my resources and for my videos.
Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out what are we seeing in the top right corner where there's like that box there. What is that? Oh, you know what? That's probably Zoom.
Oh, yeah, that's you.
Okay, never mind. So I'm seeing something different on my screen, but okay, cool. All right, so we go through here. So you're using categories.
Correct.
What would you say if I told you we're getting ready to let you load an image there for the categories? Would that work for you?
I think that is beautiful. I would love that.
It's coming.
Let me ask you this, Chad. Is it possible to change the word category to perhaps week?
I think you can already do that.
Okay.
It's under language. It's under language settings.
Language. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so you got 4 weeks and you got a conclusion, right?
Correct.
All right. So let me just understand. You took the spreadsheet. You've already built out your whole course.
Correct.
Did your spreadsheet create the video names for you?
What do you mean? Like the welcome week?
The file names.
Yeah.
Did you do the spreadsheet to the T? All right. So
absolutely.
I don't know if we want to go here again. Jimena's sending me a message saying don't go there, but I'm gonna go there. So here's what she did. She came out with her course outline. She loaded it into a special sheet that we have that's inside a course immersion. And what that sheet does is it comes up with your video name for you if you're using Amazon S3. And so she literally typed in a sheet and she went in the system, she loaded the sheet and her course is built. And now all she has to do is when she gets the time is she shoots a video and she automatically knows what to call the video because it's on her sheet and it's going to match what's in Everlesson already. And all she does is load that video into S3 and it automatically populates Everlesson. So her course is pretty much done. Like the outline's done. She just got to load the videos.
And gamification. I use gamification, the CSV sheet for that as well.
Did you load that too?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. So you'll have to teach me how to do all this.
It was there. I'm taking advantage because again, I could see everything in one place and keep it all together. So it just made so much sense. That's money right there. That is absolute hashtag money.
I'm going to let you know a secret right now. Everything I build is based on theory because I never have time to actually go do it myself. Because I'll put something out there and then you guys will come back and be, oh, wow, that was cool. Can I do this? I'm like, hold on a minute. Let me get back to the drawing board. I never actually get time to do it myself. So that's awesome. I'm glad that you're using it.
Yeah, I'm here to confirm that theory. It works beautifully. Categories, all of that. So
okay, cool. So you have your categories here. Okay, yes. So now let's go ahead and go inside one of your categories. And so how long did okay, let me ask this question. Let's break it down. How long did it take you to come up with the course outline?
Okay, so the course outline was, honestly, it took us no time because I had an old PLR that I tweaked from that. I used it as a basis. Honestly, had I sat down and figured it out, it doesn't take long.
That's freaking genius. And that's something I've never even thought about, Shrita. Now, I teach you how to go into Udemy and use a Udemy course as inspiration. But I never thought about just opening up a PLR and looking at the chapters and using those for inspiration. That's what you did?
That's what I did.
Let me come over here to the chat.
I tweaked the content just a little bit and turned it into videos.
Guys, did you hear what she just said? That was an amazing tip right now. Did you hear what she just said? She knows what she's passionate about. So she went and found a PLR ebook or something like that that has chapters, right? Where they got the chapter and then they break down the lessons. And she was able to use that as a guide. Now, she's probably not going to offer the PLR or anything. She knows the topics, but she used that as a guide. That's brilliant. I love it.
It saved a lot of time.
You're getting a lot of hearts and a lot of love. Okay, so like when you say it saved a lot of time, like how much time?
Honestly, again, because I'm a perfectionist, I knew that if I sat down to try and write this out and I forced it, it probably would have taken me, honestly, a few days. But because, again, I sat down and said, let me use what I know that I have. Let's work with what's easy. Like, why make this more difficult than it has to be? Then I went with the PLR. It was already paid for. And even if it wasn't, it was really inexpensive compared to, what the potential return was, that it was worth it to me.
So you open up the PLR, you get a good idea what the chapter's about, right?
Yep.
And then you put that over on slides.
Yep. So basically what we did, I'm going to come back. Let me go back. I'm sorry. What we did was I created this welcome, but I took these week 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all based straight out of the PLR. And I don't know, do you want me to play this so you can kind of see my intro, all that? Okay.
Okay, pause it. Right there. Did you do all that yourself?
Yeah, that came out of Camtasia. That was a Camtasia basic. And then I tweaked that a little bit. And I used another little app called Magisto. And then I just smooshed them all together.
And how much time?
Minutes.
Really?
Yeah. I was honestly really proud that I seriously cranked that out in minutes.
Okay, continue. Let's see it.
Oh.
Wait, okay, pause it. Did you do
that? I'm sorry. That was the category video. Mm-hmm. I just mixed that together with a bunch of pictures, royalty-free pictures.
How much time did that take?
Minutes on my phone in an app.
What? What app is that?
Magisto. Hold on, let me get my affiliate link. No, I'm teasing, kind of.
If you have an affiliate link, put it out there. Do you have an easy link for it?
I don't, but I will in a few minutes.
Follow it up and give it to me, and I'll put it in the resource. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So so that's the introductory to the week. And so what's the lesson look like?
So the lesson is right here, and the whole week is this week in particular is planned for success. By the way, guys, this is called Beat the Bulge. It was a fitness challenge for the month of December, the entire goal was not to gain weight, not to necessarily lose weight, just don't gain weight. So it was a lead into, you know, January for the new year.
Okay.
Camtasia.
Hi, welcome back. Today starts the first week of our challenge. Now, sidebar, have you introduced yourself in the Facebook group yet? Even if this isn't your first go around, we'd love to hear from you. This group is for support, motivation, and inspiration during the next 30 days. You can help someone else too, so be sure to comment and add your ideas and your questions. The more you participate, the more you'll get out of it, and the more others will benefit too. So be sure to post what you plan to focus on each week, and also post about your progress or any challenges that you may be facing. So now I want you to go ahead and take your starting weight and your measurements to keep track over the next 30 days. I've included a tracker form for you to make this really easy. Now, in this particular video, we are going to start focusing on one of the most important strategies for losing and or maintaining your ideal weight. Planning ahead. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty simple, but boy, is it a biggie. Are you ready? Let's dive in.
Okay, cool. I love that transition where it goes to, so now it's going into your lesson.
Correct.
And you're using PowerPoint now?
Those were out of PowerPoint.
No, I mean, what's coming up is PowerPoint?
Yes. Can we keep playing?
A little bit.
Okay.
The saying, when we fail to plan, we plan to fail. Meal planning can make a huge difference in so many ways. Okay, so I know it sounds like a no-brainer, but most people don't recognize the importance of this step. When you can take the time to figure out your meals for the week ahead of time, you can definitely eat a lot healthier with higher quality foods and without feeling deprived.
Okay, good. Go ahead and pause it. So that's PowerPoint we're seeing. So
Correct.
Was that like the intro to the course?
This is the intro into week 1, and it starts going into like meal planning ideas. The intro to the course, I just welcomed them, got them familiar with the platform, and then also asked them to use their affiliate link to share it. And that was part of the gamification.
So below this, you're going to have more lessons.
Yes.
So this is like an intro into the week, into
the week. Correct.
Okay. It's odd to me. So this is what I'm seeing right now. Like, it seems to me like that should have just been you telling them what they're going to get into in the week. And then week 1 would be, or lesson number 1 for week 1 would be below that. Okay. Got you. So you kind of combine, like, I think we're looking at the first lesson right now. You combine that into your intro, but your intro should just be like, you know, a minute long. Here's how to get support, join the group, make sure you comment, complete the goals, Go ahead and get started with lesson number 1 down below. Okay, got you. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. So those intros, you really want to like, but your energy's great with that. Your enthusiasm is great. You just want to keep those short and punchy with a call to action and get started down below, and then you have your lessons for the week. Got it. Right? Okay. Okay, so you have your external resources over there. What's under there? So over here, we've got some delicious, healthy recipes, the sensational smoothies juice recipes, and also their menu planning worksheet. Which is the most important? The menu planning worksheet. So you're going to put that underneath the video? Check. Got it. You know how to do that? Yeah, okay. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, okay. So you put the resources under the video. So what would so let's say that, let's pretend like this is lesson number 1 and it's not the intro video. What would be the goal for this lesson? So the goal for this lesson is for them to take out the time and actually plan their week ahead so that there's no excuses as to why they couldn't eat remotely healthy or eat something delicious and healthy. How do you do that then? So for them, it would be taking out this menu planning worksheet, sitting down, and one of the things that's suggested in the video is that they maybe sit down with the family or gather ideas from the family. What do you want to eat? And really just to put them on this worksheet, put the worksheet on the refrigerator. So that way 2 things happen. Everybody knows what's for dinner, but also number 2, if the next day requires something that needs thought out, you know ahead of time, okay, I need to take this out tonight because I need to cook this tomorrow.
So the whole object is really to get them to start planning ahead, because when you plan ahead, you eat healthier and you save time and money and calories.
Awesome. And I'm going to use this as an example because it's perfect.
Okay.
Here's the problem with your goal. Now, I think your goal is perfect. I think they need to do that to get the results that you're talking about, right? However, they need to commit to something right now while they're on this lesson. And that commitment can be that, yes, I'm going to go do the goal. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And I've split tested this. If I tell them, okay, I just taught you how to set up WordPress. Now go buy your domain name and come back and tell me what your domain name is. Guess what?
Okay.
Don't always get done unless I've tied the goals into the drip feed and they're locked out until they do that, right? But if you're not using drip feed, like, we need to ask them something that confirms that they actually watched the video and they know what it is you want them to do. So if the goal was to start planning out download your menu planning worksheet, start laying that out. I don't exactly understand that, but I do juice every day though, Shrita. So if that was your goal, yes, right, then you could say something like, just ask them a question to make sure they understand the goal and how excited they are about that. And then what you want to do is pull those goals into your comments.
Got it.
And that's just a click, right?
Yes.
So you simply say, so in the video, I taught you the importance of using a menu planning worksheet. Have you ever done anything similar, any kind of planning with your meals or anything? If you have, tell me about that experience, and I hope you're excited to download the sheet.
Got it. Okay.
Do you see? That's enough to confirm that they've watched the video, that they know what the menu planning worksheet is. That's a lot different than telling them, get started on your worksheet, go to the grocery store, buy this, this, and come back and tell me.
Okay. And
it won't complete the goal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I did. Yeah, goal block. So I told them, yeah, go here, check these things out. And I got you. That makes perfect sense.
So people are so focused on making sure they know what the goal is and getting them to take action, where a lot of people actually are doing that, but they're not completing the goal block because there's really no way to confirm that somebody went into the grocery store and purchased cucumbers and spinach and oranges, correct, and they came back and they mixed it all together. And like, what am I going to do? Like, how can I possibly prove that except say, yes, I actually did that. So instead of having them do that and then come back and say, yes, I actually did that, just get engaged with them right there. How excited are you, right? Have you ever done the fruit smoothies before? Have you ever juiced before? See what I'm saying? What's your favorite movie or what's your goal for this? You see what I'm saying?
That makes perfect sense. Absolutely.
And so what happens is that's going to help them. That's going to get them excited about your course, but it's also going to build up social proof for you, because if you set up the gamification right, then your members are out there earning points and badges and rewards and all those things. And if you set it up to where the goals are being pulled into the comments, any new members come in and they see all the activity happening in your site.
True. That does draw me in.
Gamification doesn't have to be hard.
I got you.
It doesn't have to. Like, you can tell people, pause the video right now, go buy a domain name, come back and tell me, what your domain name is. And as soon as you do that, I'll open up the next lesson. If you're using drip feed, that's okay. You can also do it to where if you want to have a really premier experience and have a nice price tag on your course, knowing that you're going to provide a transformational difference in somebody's life, then you set those goals up to where they actually do have to go do this, and they let you know that it's completed, but you actually check what they've done. Now, that may require you getting on a call and going over their diet plan with them or what they purchased or whatever you're doing. But when you come back and say, yes, you're approved, now you can move forward, that there is a true student instructor experience. And that's where the real money is.
Got it. That makes perfect sense, especially, what I'm thinking. Okay.
That's hands-on. That's when you have like a true mentoring program, right? And people expect to pay for that because that's where you're investing your time now.
Absolutely.
You see, so everybody tuning in that are thinking, okay, Chad's just going to teach them how to build another course or whatever. You guys starting to understand that there's There's so much going on here. And Sharita has actually spent very little time inside of Everlesson at all. She doesn't have to because of that spreadsheet.
Very little time.
And that's how you prefer it, right?
It is. It really is. I'm sorry, but it just makes so much sense.
So you said that you import in your goals too.
Yes.
Do you have that sheet?
I think I can find that real quick if you give me a hot sec.
Is it going to be the big one, or can you just show us the goal sheet?
Hold on, let me stop screen sharing real quick. Sorry. I can pull in just the goal sheet. I just need to open it up real fast.
That would be cool, because the goals are so very valuable, guys. I'm telling you, I think they're the most important piece of this whole puzzle. The goals, and Sharita knows this, and that's having a next level. Having the next level is very important too.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Yep, we're seeing your screen. Okay, cool. So you got your first goal is connect and say hi. Are you asking them to load their profile picture?
Let's see. Your goal this week is use the resource. No, I think what I asked them to do was to join the Facebook group and to introduce themselves and to share a few of their personal goals.
Yeah, I would make that definitely like one of the recent goals, like at the start. But your first goal should be load your profile picture.
Got it. I'm sorry.
You know why?
It gets them active. Number one.
Nope.
Okay.
Because think about it. All your members are going through and they're completing goals and everything. So when they click on this goal and they see that 85 people have earned this goal, do you think it helps to see a picture of that person?
It does. Absolutely. That makes perfect sense.
It's social proof for you. That should be your first goal.
Got it. Check.
Okay, connect and say hi. I love that one. I love join the Facebook group. Bonus, use your personal affiliate link to invite at least 2 friends to join challenge. Okay, good. Let's see, hectic and healthy. Is that what this says?
Hectic and healthy, yes. We know it's always hard to, it's hard to eat healthy during the week. Use the field below to show us how you did.
Okay, so let's go back to the one before that, the bonus. Use your personal affiliate link to invite at least 2 friends to join the challenge with us. Okay, give them a call to action. Like, even though you're telling them to do this, they got to prove to you that they've done that. So maybe you could ask the question like, how do you plan on promoting? I would phrase it differently. I'd say, look, if you were lucky enough to get an affiliate link to go out there and promote this amazing program on a scale of 1 to 10, how successful do you think you'd be with it?
Got it. Makes sense. Right? Okay.
Get them to engage with you and come back with an answer.
Okay.
That's the most important thing. That's where I see our members struggling the most, is they don't know how to bring out that engagement. Let's see. We know it's always hard to eat healthy during a hectic week. Use the field below to tell us how you did this week. Yes, that's good. Especially hitting on pain points, right? That's really good. Yeah. So you're asking them to come back and tell you something. To earn your badge this week, tell us how many total minutes of exercise you got in this week. Going to and from the gym doesn't count. Okay, so here's the problem. They're going to type in the word 37.
I gotcha.
Get them to talk.
Okay.
Right? Even though you're asking that one question, expand on it, right? And what was the most painful part? Or is it as hard as you thought it was? Or I hated this at first. Like, share your experience with me. Like, I want to know, right?
Yes.
Let's see. To earn your badge this week, share a food you had not tried before, only to realize you like it and it has good calories. If you have not tried anything yet, quick. So I think you're positioning them to give you the answer that you want. And so they're not going to expand on that.
Got it. Okay. That makes perfect sense.
Open-ended, right? So let's see. Share a food you had not tried before. Say, what was it? Do you like it or not? Why don't you like it? Share a horrible an experience with me regarding this food, right?
Okay.
I freaking hate tomatoes. I'll tell you about this someday.
Got it. That makes sense.
Do you see how they're going to like engage with you?
Absolutely. It makes much more sense than what's there. Yeah.
Let's see. By paying better attention to feeling your body, what difference did you notice in your energy levels? And then that's good. but maybe say, share with me. Tell me about it. I want to know. Right.
So I really need to make sure that I'm putting a call to action at the end of my goal blocks or at my end of my.
Always calls to action with everything. Like, don't expect your students to know. Don't expect your customers to know. Scroll to the bottom of the page. You'll see a big orange button. On that button, it says add to cart. As soon as you add to cart, you'll be redirected to another payment page. As soon as you enter your credit card details, you will get access details, at which point you will get access to the platform. Like,
I got you.
Do not expect them to know anything.
Okay.
It blows my mind. Like, you would think they'd know. They've bought this 100 times, but nope, they don't know. If you don't tell them, you hurt your conversions. It's the same thing.
That's true. That is true. Okay, that makes sense.
So does that help you with your goals?
That helps immensely. And honestly, goals were something that were a little bit difficult to come up with for me. So this makes far better sense to just stick to the point and ask them to expand on what I already talked about.
Okay, so now can I give you some tough love again?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so I love everything you're doing with your videos. I love the animations. I love all that. I know it only takes a couple of minutes, but it's just not necessary.
Okay.
It's necessary in your YouTube videos. It's necessary when you're like trying to attract people. But look, they're already in their course because they like you, Sharita.
Right.
So you don't have to wow them anymore. You just got to get them results. You got to get them results. You got to get them engaged. You got to have a next level for them.
I'll be honest, I realized I was doing a lot of that out of my own insecurity. So that's honestly one of the reasons why I decided I wanted to do this course live, because then it's a little more authentic. It doesn't have all the fluffy stuff, and it's to the point. So I do appreciate you confirming that in my mind. I agree with you on that.
They're already in. They've already entered your house, which means they're your guests. They're there because they want to be there with you. You don't have to wow them. If anything, I look at that and I'm like, I don't think she has any real substance here because she's trying to wow me for some reason. Do you see what I mean? And you have substance. People know that just from hearing this interview. You have a lot of substance and you have a lot of energy and synergy and everything else. That's what you need to bring.
Yes.
The flashy stuff's over with.
I agree completely.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you get your course done, you make sure that you have all the gamification there, right? What is your next level?
So what do you mean by that?
What's your next level for them?
So after the course?
Well, while they're going through the course.
Well, while they're going through the course, I'm hoping that they're going to want to include some coaching with that. But my ultimate goal is to step them up to a next level course, like eventually a mastermind, and then eventually a retreat.
So when you start doing like Q&As, or when you connect with your members or whatever, which we got to get back on that with Course Immersion, we're going to just been like up to here. But when you do that, when you like do Q&As, when you answer all their questions and everything, I'm telling you right now, you're going to get private messages and it's going to say, hey, do you have time to talk after this call or whatever? And you're going to get on that call and they're going to say, what else do you have? Are you doing events? Are you doing masterminds? Can I pay you for coaching? Like, do you understand?
That's been my biggest downfall these past several months, because I get discovery sessions regularly and I do have some qualified people, but I've been so nervous about what it looks like that I haven't had anything to direct them to, because you're absolutely right. People ask. And sometimes I get people that I didn't even know have been watching. They're not on my friends list. My page is public, or they found a video on YouTube. And I'm like, you found a video?
Okay, so I'm hearing a trend. I heard it in Vegas. I'm still hearing it now.
But it's being corrected now.
Here's the question I'm going to ask you. Okay, I want you to be honest with me. Do you have the ability to go out there and change somebody's life?
Absolutely.
Then go on that alone.
Okay.
Go on that alone. You don't always have to have a plan. Do you think
True.
I always had a plan when I showed up to that masterclass? No. I didn't. I had a plan the first day. Yeah. I had to hear where you guys were at and everything. And I went back to the hotel and created the slides that night. And you all said that we rocked it out, right?
We did.
The only thing that I know for sure is that I can transform lives. And so if you have the ability to do that, you got to stop letting these little things hold you back.
Right.
Worst case scenario, if you get there and the projector breaks, if you're doing this event and you have no slides, Sharita, but you have a room full of students that want to be there, that want to hear from you, can you make a difference in their life?
Absolutely. I know I can.
So no matter what, there's no reason you should hold back with any of these technical difficulties or having things prepped or knowing what you're going to come. Nothing. have a general idea, knowing that you can provide a difference in their life, and go.
I'm excited. I promise you, it is happening.
I know it is.
And that's the one thing that I also learned since Vegas, because I was so focused on it had to look a certain way. I wanted it to be a certain way. And what I noticed was I'm most authentic in my Q&As with no game plan. Hey guys, I want to talk about this. And I don't even necessarily put bullet points or slides together. And when I just start talking and I interact with them, like you said, figure out where they're at. And then I started realizing, here are your lessons right here.
So I reached out to you. It's 7 o'clock my time. I reached out to you at 5:30. Did I not?
Yes.
After you accepted my friend request.
It wasn't personal.
I said, can you fill in tonight? Did I not?
You did.
And what did I say? I'll shoot you a link. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And what time did you get that link?
About 20 minutes before, maybe. Not quite.
Even that. It was like 6 minutes before, right?
Yeah. I talked to you about 20, 30 minutes before. Yeah.
And was there any scripting?
No.
Was there any, I'm going to ask you this. Did I give you a list of questions to be ready?
No, you didn't, because I asked you what you wanted to talk about. You said you'll be fine. So
I said, we'll figure it out. Let's just go. We'll figure it out. We're a minute away. Let's go.
Yep.
And did it turn out okay?
It did. And I got a lot of great critiques. These are the things that I love.
Yeah. And it's because it's just real. And people know when they're on a scripted webinar. They know when they're on an auto webinar. They know when something's been rehearsed. They know when people don't have the passion and aren't willing to put the effort in for them.
Correct. The biggest thing that I just want to, because I know there are a lot of silent stalkers out there. I do a lot of silent stalking in the videos sometimes, but I just want to let them know when Chad makes these opportunities available, like I honestly went, but I was like, you know what? Why not? Because who knows when I'm going to have his time again. So when he says, does anybody have any questions? Speak up, raise your hand, throw your link out there. Worst case scenario, he says, hey, you know what? I don't like it, but I love what you did here. And here's how to improve it and make it better. And for me, I literally just got training that somebody else could have paid or could have charged me $5,000 for.
Cool. That's awesome. Let me check in with the group, guys. Did you guys all get a lot of value on this call? Let me see. I'm looking at your questions here, guys. I just want to make sure you got a lot of value. Sharita, I want to thank you so much for coming on at the last minute, just being real, sharing your course, sharing your weaknesses, sharing your strengths, everything that you're doing. It's so awesome to see that, you're taking everything that we're doing and that you're just rocking it out. I'm sure we could have a whole nother call on what you're doing with survey and everything else. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for stepping in, because I was going to cancel this after my guest.
Thank you because again, this was so incredibly helpful and motivational and all of that good jazz. So I appreciate it.
And you'll keep us posted? I
will. And I'm looking forward to jumping on a survey call with you so we can critique that.
So May 1st, is that what you said? May 1st?
May 1st.
So here's my commitment, and you better not make me look bad.
Promise.
Okay, on May 1st, whatever she has, I don't know if she has a registration page, a sign-up page, a webinar page, whatever, but I'm going to be posting that on my wall on May 1st. Now, I just put that out there, Sharita. If you make me out to be a liar, I'm going to come at you like something fierce.
I promise I won't. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have it ahead of time just so you can schedule it in advance.
Cool. Perfect. Not that I'll understand all those vibrations and everything you're doing there, but it's all good.
Absolutely. You know what, Chad, you already do in here.
All right. Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, we got the Q&A sessions this week for Everlesson as well as survey. And if you think that we don't got nothing going on, yes, again, because I'm going to blow your mind this week. All right. Guys, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next Monday on another session of Monday Night Live. Keep dancing, baby. Bye-bye.